and welcome to 5 things I like about Payload. I played around with it for the last week really deeply and a bit before. So here we go. What is Payload? Super quick intro so you know it is the fastest growing content management system. This metric is done by GitHub stars. It right now has 25k. It is a site builder for mid-sized companies. I would say 100 people to maybe 5,000 people when your marketing team gets to 5-10 people plus. And it is also maybe a good fit for the solo developers who like to over-engineer stuff and maybe they are not happy enough with the Webflow. It is in the version 3 very Nextjs native. It made a big decision to really go and stick with Nextjs, which I think is a strong move and it's a big differentiator. It is highly customizable and developer focused. At the end, it's called Payload as the Payload API. So it's super developer focused, but also I think very nice for the marketing team. This is the overview, what I like, and let's get down to each of these steps. So the vision, it's Nextjs Native, which I think is an interesting step. I saw a couple of videos of the CEO talking about this, and let's break it down. So it can have the React server components, which can do more work on the server, less on the front end. It can reduce the bundle size and make the whole app faster. I think for the static pages, it is a very nice move. Again, it's leveraging the power of Next.js in this area. The second thing is you can deploy it serverlessly. On Vercel is super easy, but anywhere else you can self-host it since it's open source. So I think this is also pretty nice. So even if you're a solo entrepreneur or you are a hobby guy, you can still, for zero, run your own payload. With this, it comes with the sync frontend and backend deployment because it's all in one monorepo with TurboPack. So when you deploy your new version of frontend, you are instantly deploying the new version of backend. You can create custom endpoints very fast. So let's say you're a React developer or frontend developer who you really don't live every day in the backend sphere. So I think this is very nice, middle layer for you. It can really provide you very powerful stuff. You don't need to write on your own, and you can still do 90% with what Payload gives you. If you need some custom endpoints, they're also pretty easy to develop. Second thing, which is very interesting to check out, is the talk from the CEO of Payload, James. It has 18 minutes. It's almost 1 year old, but I think it's still super valuable. He's talking about the headless CMS. And it's not that headless anymore because all the headless CMSs was a big hype and now they are moving towards live preview more and more. The second thing I really like is the live editing. You can see it right here. I'm in my admin of the payload, and you see if I have the site on the right, I can move it around. So if I collapse all of these things, you see the quick overview of the page. If I move the hero below, it changes, right? And first are the big cards and the hero is below it. And if I open up the hero and I do this headline, you see it is updating real time. I would say it's pretty nicely fast and usable. Use it like this. So I think this is very nice. Even if I scroll down and I have one section that is, has the switch of back and forth. So it can switch from the left side to the right side. And even if I do this, I think it's pretty nice and you can really let your content creators play around with it a lot. I think this is the benefit of being Nextjs native. So it's so closely connected and the update speeds are very nice. The third thing, which I think is really nice, is the granularity of it. So let's take a look at the access. So in here, I created a folder in source called access and I have a couple of things. Let's take a look at the simple one, which is authenticated. So this helps you, to see if the user is authenticated. If it returns user, he is authenticated. You can also create as many as you want over here. You can also return the query of the payload. So this will filter the status, and when it equals published, then it will return true or it will return the status. Otherwise, you can filter as many as you want here. And then you can go into more, crazy ones. Maybe it's admin or has site access or is published. And you can really, go crazy with it. You can do this for the field level as well as for the overall collection level. I will show you how it looks, for example, in users. So this is the collection users. Here you have admin, create, delete, read. Admin means like who can see it in the admin, and you can import these helper functions from the access folder, over here. And if you want to have it even more custom, you can go into fields and have it, with the access over here. You need to create a separate helper for the field and separate helper for the collection, but I think it's still very nice, and you can create as many roles with as many things as you need. What is great about this, it is super general. What is not so great, you need to think about it a bit more, right? If you go a bit too crazy, then you need to check this role in multiple collections if they are connected somehow. The second, I think, very nice thing is you can do the same with translations. So you can do the same for here, right? So for each field, you can select if it should be localized or not. And maybe if you have some fields like the name of your service or name of your company, you don't need to localize them. Extending your payload is pretty easy. You just need to know where to look for. So let's have this example. This is before dashboard, and I have some simple banner. I have H3 and I have an image of a cat, right? What else can it be? So now I can go into payload config. I see I have in this the admin section. Here I have components, and I can switch the components however I need. So before login can go here, and if I want to make a custom logo, I can put it into graphics and icon over here. Here is the custom component for the logo, and I can just import it like this. Final product will look like this. I have the nice logo over here, and when I log in, I see I have my custom component with the beautiful cat here and the smaller logo over here. One thing I also really like is the enterprise. You see the biggest features they have right here are the single sign-on, publishing workflows if you're a bigger team, visual editor, static A/B testing, and AI features. So let's check them out. I think SSO is pretty nice and no need for bigger explanation. You can log in with Google, Microsoft, whatever you need. Publishing workflows, if you have more people, you have some approvals before it goes out, so we can quickly check out how it looks. I think you will be able to set up the points as you need, but I'm not sure because I didn't try the enterprise yet. Visual editing, I think it's very similar to live editing, but you don't have like the left panel. As we saw before, you have just like you just click on it and you have this. When we have static A/B testing, I think this would be very nice since it's React server components, and it should be faster, right? So your A/B testing would be even faster without calling the server and then getting back. Also did not try this. There's some benefit. It's not huge. I think it's like 1/3 better, but still, why not have this great benefit? And as the huge trend is right now, we have the AI. The AI should be for translations, image generation, write-in assistant. So these are the best things I found in Payload. I think it's a really great tool, and it's going up and up. We are, as you see, 24.9K, which is very fast growing, and the version 3.0 stable is just around the corner. So I think those are the best things about Payload.